Hey guys, welcome to Burn Pilates. My name is Lydia. Welcome to your barre class. This is a class designed for you to work your legs, glutes, and core all in 30 minutes. We are going to be using an object of support. I have a chair and a set of light ankle weights. Of course, as you know, throughout class, you can choose how you want to work. Let's start to warm up, feeling good. We're going to start to open up the hips, get the glutes engaged. The right leg is going to be your gesture leg. We're standing with the left leg. And from here, we're taking a wrap around. External rotation, lightly tapping the base of the chair as you make your way around into that attitude, and then stretching out, opening up the right hip, flexing through the glute, stretching the hip, extending the leg, working for inner and outer thigh. Deep breath in and exhale, stretch. Taking it to our arabesque, reach your right arm all the way out and feel the diagonal from your right arm towards your left leg. And as you extend up, you breathe out. I want you to move like you're moving in water. Inhale as you take your leg down, stretching in that parallel, kneecap to floor. Your spine is long in neutral and your abs are working. Your ribs are tightly knit together. And as we go right here into our bend and stretch, adding arm and leg together, you're keeping your leg up, working now from the external rotation as you bend, elbow comes into waist. Your torso stays long, make sure you don't start to crunch it. Keep breathing in through your nose as you bend, and exhale as you extend out. Finish your last one here. We're going to come all the way up to standing. And from here, taking your right arm all the way up, stretch first. Feel where you're elongating. And then on your exhale, lift your right leg up off the ground slowly. I want you to move really slow and controlled here. You're reaching out, extending, taking your leg up and down using your obliques, your inner thigh, your outer thigh, and your glute. This is a lot of abs though in how we're working slow. So focus in on how your abdominals are doing the work in taking your leg and arm up into center, and then how you're controlling not to just let the weight go or flail the arm and stretch over top of the chair. Hold here. Let's take a balance. Challenge yourself. Breathe. Feel a stretch and come down. Whenever I say feel stretch, I want you to always anticipate to reach longer through your muscles, to stretch out longer. We're always trying to find that space. We're going to be setting up for the second side, making it easy. I'm bringing my chair to the second side so you can see me. And from here, going through our left leg now, opening the hip, wrapping the left leg into our attitude, stretching out, extending. Check in that your right leg has a soft, tiny bend in it. As you're reaching your left leg out, you're flexing through your glute, which causes your hip to extend. So just a friendly reminder, when one muscle flexes, another extends. We're working for evenness through the body here. Inhale as you wrap around, and exhale as you stretch out. On this last one here, take a full stretch. You're going to be holding your leg all the way out, working right away for arabesque and parallel. Extend and reach your left arm long so you can feel and find the diagonal that you're working with. Inhale as you lower and exhale as you lift. working right away into bend and stretch, elbow drawing into the side of your waist, knee coming in to meet the elbow. We're not losing space between our ribs and hips. You're keeping that extension out, using your abs, using your obliques. Just do a quick self-check as well. Make sure you're not locked out in that standing leg. You're using your glute. Your hamstring is long. Stretch on out. Take your final one and lift on up. We're going to go into our sideline series. First, just take a reach over top. Left arm long, space between your shoulder and ear. And smoothly, when you breathe out, you lift on up with control, lower down with precision, keeping the same focus and control. You're not letting gravity win this battle. You are controlling and resisting, using your abs to lift the leg, using your abs and glute to lower the leg. Feel that work right here through your ribs, staying long. When I say feel through the ribs, I want you to feel your abdominals working to keep your ribs, the skeletal structure of your body, knitted together, working with regards to your hips. To keep finding stability, you want your muscles to work. You want your core to be what's helping you move. So focus on that here. We're going to hold, you're going to extend, balance out, challenge your level of stability. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, release down and give yourself a stretch. We're going to be adding on the ankle weights, and what I would always suggest is that if you personally find that your lower back is sensitive, maybe you even have a couple things going on with your hips today, just take note, and if ever you need to, don't include the ankle weights. Again, this is your practice. You can curate how you want to work today by any choice you make. Just make your choices based on how you want to challenge yourself, what you have available, and also how you feel. Every day is different. Once you have your ankle weight set up, we're going to be setting our legs into a bent parallel using the base of the chair. So now we're working a little bit lower for our base of support. You're extending your right leg all the way up behind you, keeping your parallel. Lift your right leg up. Make sure that you have your shoulders and hips square. Your left leg has a soft bend in it. You're activating through your supporting glute, and as we go into our hamstring bend and stretch, you inhale as you bring your foot close to your butt. Exhale as you extend your leg out. I want you to work however feels best, challenging your body and your stability. The chair/object of support is there to help you use a source of support to balance and stabilize and work your form. But if you want to have a hand on your hip, if you're able to work where both hands are on your hips, amazing. Challenge yourself today how you can. Keep your right leg bent, flex your foot, and from here, lower and lift. Be really attentive that you're working from 90 degrees in your right leg. Sometimes I notice people's feet starting to stretch away from their knees. I want you to have that foot and heel right over top of your knee. You're going to start to stretch and add on a hamstring curl with that lower and lift. Deep breath in as you reach your leg out, point your toes as you bend, flex your foot, working that contraction with your breath, with your control. Finishing your last one here. As you slowly lower your leg all the way down to the floor, give yourself a stretch, a little cat and cow action, anything at all that feels better. We're going to be going to our second side, so when you're ready, take your left leg all the way out and start here with your hamstring curl, checking in with your body, your supporting standing right leg, working from the glute, working from that extension of the hip, activating your muscles to keep not only your hips supported, but also your back and shoulders, stomach wall, glutes, inner and outer thigh, working strong right here. Inhale and exhale, stretch. Flex your foot as we start to lower and lift. Keep contracting that glute. Your kneecap you want to bring up onto the same alignment as your hip bone, which is what's going to help facilitate where you want to think of moving to stretch that hip and flex the glute while working the abs at the same time. Heading right into our combo here. Inhale as you stretch, hamstring curl, and lower and lift. Point your toes as you stretch, flex your foot to lower and lift. Just finishing your last rep here slowly. Again, foot to floor. Stretch out any way that feels good and best for you. Let the hamstrings open, let the back release. Setting up for our next series, you're going to want to have your object of support on the left side of your body so that you can move freely from your right. We're going to go through an external rotation. Bring your heels together, toes apart. Make sure your rotation's from the hips. Extending your right leg all the way out, making sure it's stretched. We're going to go through a little bit of rotation here. As you inhale and you turn to center, you're in external. As you exhale, rotating towards the chair, you're in parallel. Feeling how your body is reacting in the movement in this rotation. We're going to add on a little mini arabesque as you rotate. Keep the rotation, lift your right leg from the floor, control it down, and then rotating again. On top of your legs from your hips, we come back to center, or an external rotation. You rotate softly, you're in parallel. Lift and lower, and back to center. You're going to take your right leg to parallel with your left thigh. Reach your right arm all the way out, and from here, lift off the floor, not higher than where you can maintain total stability. If you want both of your arms out, you can work for balance with that challenge of not using your object of support, and if you need it, it's there. Taking your leg all the way up, try to find that stop and stay before you lower, and keep stretching from the back in front of your thigh, pulling your muscles up. We're going to go into our circles first direction. Here we go. Circling up and around. Deep breath in, stretching through your neck, elongating through and through. Find that stretch through the toes. And right here, reverse your circle opposite way. This is, circles are where it's at. You really start to get right into the hip, right into the glute. It's going to feel like a little dagger is carving out that butt, but that is what we're doing. We are carving you out. Keep balancing, find that stretch to finish, hold so that you can find total control, stability from your mobility. Come all the way down, relax your shoulders. We're going to set up for the second side, starting with our rotation, starting with this active stretch, making sure that you have enough space to have your hand lightly on the chair where you're not leaning into it, external rotation. And from here, just following your hips as you rotate them towards your chair. You're going to find that parallel. As you rotate back, you're back into the external. Exhale and inhale. Continuing on, we're going to take this right away as you go into your parallel arabesque, small lift off the floor, find the floor, and rotate back to center. Keep going through this rotation here. Feeling how you're letting your legs work from your hip mobility. You're letting your hips work from your leg mobility. So we're bringing the two together. Take that stretch, reach on out. Inhale. We're going to take our stretch now in parallel. You lift from the floor, extend your arm out, include both if you want to have a little bit more balance challenge. Your kneecaps are facing forward and you have a light little bend in your standing right leg. Exhale as you lift from the floor and control down without letting the weight of your leg just drop. I want you to feel like you're moving through water, like you're pushing against water on that lower. If you need more stability for the circles, take it. We're circling first direction right here, up and around. Really focus in on the direction of your circle, on the stretch of your leg. You want to feel that you're not trying to go simply for height, but rather for that sense of hold. Switch directions. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, and 5. Finish your last 2 and 1 hold, and smoothly stretch, find your balance, and come down when you're ready. Take off your ankle weights. We're going to be going through our entire class again. You know the movements, you know the sequencing, you know the structure and flow. So in the second round, the goal is to focus on your quality of movement, to move with the understanding of what it is you're trying to achieve, and to really hone in on your form. You're also warm now, so you can really push your muscles into that precision work and to really tap into the feeling of getting into the control and the precision and direction, that little extra stretch to the leg, that little extra contraction to the glute. It all serves in working your body deeper, in bringing better connections through your hips, your glutes, your core, which is exactly what we're working on here. We're going to start from the top. So when you're ready, have your chair, have your object of support set up, and here we go with the right leg wrapping around, stretching on out. Inhale as you wrap, and exhale as you stretch. Let's flow this movement. Let's flow this block together. Tap into your breath. Tap into your body. Tap into your burn. Hold your leg all the way out on this last one, and from here we're going to flow right away into our arabesque parallel through the thigh. Deep breath in, and exhale, lift. Again, you're working from the abs. Don't swing the leg. Make sure that your right leg is long and that your left leg has a light supportive bend in it. Imagine you're moving through water. Keep bringing in the sensory experience into your body to work the subtleties and nuances in the quality of how you're moving. Bend and stretch, external rotation. Here we go. Inhale to bend. Exhale to stretch. Keep lengthening out through your hip. Feel this work come from your obliques. Your obliques are the reason why your elbow and knee are meeting in the center and stretching out in opposition. We're slowing down the movement. Reach your right arm all the way over top. Find that stretch through your obliques. And as you exhale, you lift up slow, making sure that the leg and the arm are lifting. Even count yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower down. 2, 3, 4. Lift up. Challenge your stability, challenge your balance. Hold the lift at the top. Reach on out. Tap into that burn. Breathe in. And exhale, let go. We're going to take that quick stretch, just allowing for your body to settle into the floor. And guys, moving right away into our second side. Bring your chair around, walk your body around. Let's get that left leg right away into action. You should definitely be feeling this work through your waistline, your piriformis, your glute. Keep working your posture and keep working how your hips are functionally weight transferring forward and back. You're in vertical, you're in a soft diagonal, and this is the work here in the supporting hamstring and glute, as well as the working leg, which we're extending out to stretch the hip, activate the glute and core. Taking it to arabesque on this next one. Hold the stretch of your left leg all the way out. Reach your left arm out, parallel through the thigh. Make sure that you have that length, and without swinging your back, use your abs, use your glute to lift and lower like you're moving through water. Moving from the core, bend and stretch. Inhale as you bend, exhale as you stretch. Working now from that external rotation, kneecap to elbow. Reaching on out, pointing and stretching your foot, really sending that energy away. Slowing it down here as you reach your left arm all the way up, take a full breath in. And as you exhale, keeping your parallel lift from your obliques, use your outer hip, use your glute. Make sure not to swing and keep feeling where your standing right leg has the most micro bend in it so that you don't lock out your joints or start to use momentum. Count yourself if you need to. We're lifting up slow and down slow, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and lift. 2, 3, 4, down. 2, 3, 4, and lift. 2, 3, 4. Setting up with ankle weights right away and just ensuring that your base of support is now the lower part of the chair. Adjust as you need and definitely take a sip of water if you're feeling thirsty at this point. This is a great time to just take a little moment for yourself before we continue. Setting up hands on the base of your chair, taking your right leg all the way back. We're going right away into our hamstring curls in parallel. Ensure that you feel good with your support. Keep a light bend in your left leg, and let's go right away into our reps. Inhale as you bend and exhale as you stretch. Hold your bend at 90 degrees here, flex your foot, and let's go right away down. Inhale, exhale, lift, knee coming right up to that hip bone alignment, using your glute, using your abs. Let's have the combo here. Stretch on out, point your toes, deep breath in, exhale, flex your foot, lower and lift. Stretch point, bend to 90, flex the foot, lower and lift. Finish here and slowly take your foot down. Light little bit of a stretch. We are going to move right away to the second side. So starting with that left leg now, extend it on out and hamstring curl. Bend your leg, flex your foot. Let's lower that 90-degree form down and up. Glute and abs working right here, trying to get that kneecap on the alignment of your hip bone. Inhale and exhale. Combining both movements here, stretch out, hamstring curl, and then lower and lift. Finish your last rep here, and as soon as you finish, slowly lower down and give yourself a stretch. You're going to want to have your object of support on the left side of your body so that you can move freely from your right. We're going to go through an external rotation. Bring your heels together, toes apart. Make sure your rotation's from the hips. Be really specific about how you're working here in terms of your angles. You'll be able to see from my body on the screen, and you know the movements already. So follow through with that form and connection to your hips moving, your legs following. Inhale as you come through that center. Exhale as you take your hips towards the chair. We're going to add on that arabesque. Align your body, your legs, your hips in parallel. Take your right arm out and lift and lower. Like you're moving through water. Challenge your stability. This is our last round here, so really work from where you know you can. But again, accent that little bit of extra difficulty here. You've got your body warm for a reason. Make it work. Eight reps first circle direction. Here we go. Hold, and now reverse the circle for 8. Challenge your stability and hold. Feel the stretch, increase your support, increase your connectivity, and then lower. We're going to go through our second side, so just making sure that you move your body to the second side of your object of support or move your chair. And from here, first exercise, setting up the hips, external rotation, working the rotation from hips to leg. Rotation with arabesque, add that lift of the leg, it's not high. You're stretching from the floor, accenting glute and abs to work the hips. Make sure your hips and knees are in parallel, and from here, left arm reaches out. We're going to lift and lower from the floor. Hold your leg up and first circle direction for 8. I know this is burning. Reverse your circle. These are our last 8 reps. Challenge your stability. Challenge where you can move to without letting your leg drop. Hold your last rep here. Find a balance. Finish strong. Work your edge. Breathe in and exhale. Let it go. Guys, I want to encourage you to take off your ankle weight so that you can properly stretch. I want to encourage you to do whatever stretches feel right for you. However, going into thread the needle, going into any light little bit of sit back. You can also do this from sitting on your chair or sitting on the floor, but you want to open up through your glute, open through your hip. I like to use the chair. It gives me a little bit more option and opportunity to either leverage my leg and lift it, as I'm exempling here. You can also have your foot across your thigh, and again, you can do this seated on your chair. It's whatever you would like to use as stability. Hydrate up today. Make sure that you take another opportunity to stretch if you do feel tight. I want to say thank you so much for joining me for this class. I hope that you feel the work in also activating your core so that you can just move better throughout the day. Subscribe to Burn Pilates weekly for your personalized practice. And guys, thank you so much again for joining me in class. I'll see you at the next burn.